Hello and welcome to Magic Mondays episode 14 on the 13th of December 2010. We've got a jam-packed show for you today, lots of actual theme park news and of course many of your views. So we're going to crack on with the latest news from Merlin theme parks and attractions. First up in the news, this news basically came out about 5 minutes after I recorded the show, so of course it went on last week's show, is that the Alton Towers Water Park, previously called Kariba Creek, don't know why they don't call it Kariba Creek no more, it's actually just called Alton Towers Water Park. Anyway, put that to one side. It's getting some maintenance in January. It always has maintenance nearly every year, but this year the maintenance is going on for about another week and a half than normal. So obviously shows that it's going to have a lot of updates and things being fixed on it, because there's lots of stuff broken in there. So yeah, Alton Towers Water Park will be lovely and new coming next February, when I believe it reopens. The Beastie, as of course we reported earlier this month, we thought it was going to be leaving the park, and we was pretty certain it was going to be leaving, as it's now next year's going to be its 29th season. But because the Shrek 4D cinema deals fell through with DreamWorks, it looks like that the ride is staying, so the Beastie is going to be coming along for another year next year, which will be, as I said earlier, its 29th season. So that's good, the Beastie is staying. Free car parking is going to be taken off the Merlin annual pass, the standard annual pass for next year. Passes that have already been set up, which expire say middle of next year, you'll still be able to use your car parking on that. But any new annual passes that are set up next year, car parking will not be free. So it means if you're at Alton Towers, you're still going to have to pay £5 car parking, or Chessington next year I believe, and Thorpe Park this year was £2. So think about some opinions for that, because that is your opinions question. And Chessington are going to get a new restaurant, a new bar and grill restaurant called Safari Bar and Grill, overlooking the Waimea, or whatever it's called, reserve behind the hotel, so it'll be around the zoo area. So there's a new restaurant coming there, and of course, because we are Merlin Entertainment's fan site, we're not official, but we're an unofficial fan site for Merlin Entertainment's. Of course, they own Gardaland, which is in Italy, and they're getting a new B&M prototype for next year, which is a Wing Rider. So we got some news on that. The track is literally completed now, and I should think the pull through is where they pulled the car through should be happening fairly soon. It's looking quite good. Of course, it's a prototype, so we don't know what it's going to be like. A few of our members of our forums are going to be over there next year to have a go on it. I'm going to try and get there. I doubt it, but of course it's rumoured Thorpe Park are going to be getting it in 2012. And on that note, we haven't heard anything from Thorpe Park yet, as in planning for a 2012 coaster. We should be seeing some hopefully soon. It's starting to get very late into the year, and considering next year should be the year it's going to be built, we need to see plans soon. So either we've missed them and they're already out, which I doubt it, because that means everyone in the theme park community would have missed it, or that it's not happened and they're having problems with it. So we will keep you updated with that as soon as we know. So now we're going to head over to the site news. First up, the site news this week is that the documentary, which is going to be presented by Dan Houghton, hopefully should be coming out not this week but probably the week after. I'm not exact on the date, but it should be soon. So that'll be a good documentary. That's about the top 10 things that have happened in 2010 at theme parks, or Merlin theme parks. It is now, from tomorrow, is 18 days until the new site launches at midnight on December the 31st, 2010. I'm working non-stop at it. After I actually just counted that, and the fact that it's 18 days, I've realised there's a lot of stuff to do in 18 days. But I'm going to try and get there. It should be good. And the main site, as it is, this main site here, will be going offline on Christmas Eve, so we can get updated the new site. So yeah, you won't be able to access the main site from New Year's Eve, but there'll be a button on there that will take you to the forums. The forums should be okay, but just after Christmas and Boxing Day, there'll probably be a few hours of downtime on the forums where we're changing a few things about. So over the next couple of weeks, it's not going to be smooth running for the site, but as soon as it comes, 1st of January, the site will be back up and running with a lovely new design. And of course, our RCT3 competition is finally online after I got it up and running last Tuesday. So round 1 is finishing tomorrow night, which you had to build a water park and upload all your pictures and that. And we've got 5 rounds, and the winner of all, well, whoever gets the most points is going to win a small prize. So head over to the forum, sign up, and join that. Of course, you've got to sign up tonight and get working tonight, or if not, you've missed 1 round. That's it for the site news. Now we're going to head over to Coaster Poll. Last week in Coaster Poll, I asked you, what are your top 5 Merlin attractions? Well, family attractions. So, at number 1, we had Hex with 4 points. Second was Duel with 3 points, and joint third was Bubble Works with 2, Loggers Leap with 2, and Battle Galleons with 2. So that was last week's results. This week I'm going to ask you, what are your top 5 park-owned restaurants at Merlin theme parks? So not KFC, not Burger King, not any of that stuff. Ones owned by the park. So you sort of like, you got your bar and grills, you got the fish and chips, stuff like that. All that sort of stuff. What are your top 5 ones from any theme park owned by Merlin? So of course, leave that below with your view answer, which is coming up. Last week in Your View, I asked you, what are your views on the Sea Life Centres and reserves? Well, it's not reserves, is it? It's sanctuaries, that's the word I was looking for. So here are your view answers. Alton Towers Freak 001 says, I like the Sea Life Centres, but once you have been once or twice, you know what's going to be there and what to experience. It's going to be like what it's going to be like. So I don't go to Sea Life Centres that much anymore, but I don't suppose that theming can make them better. But I suppose that theming can make them better. So obviously Sharkbait Reef, that is very well themed, so that obviously makes it more exciting. And well, I enjoy that one a lot. We have theme park fan. I think Sea Life Centres, I visit Sea Life Centres, but I think once you've seen one, they're all pretty much the same. The theming makes some of it better, such as Sharkbait Reef. KZH Productions, I used to go to Sea Life Centres every year, but I really do now. I used to love it. Small Funny Guy 1, I've only ever been to Sharkbait Reef for a Sea Life attraction, and that was good. Resource Man says, I do like the Sea Life Centres, but I don't think they're amazing. I prefer looking at fish and non-aquatic. I prefer looking at fish to looking at non-aquatic animals. It's all just a little bit boring though. They're just animals. Fair enough. Mr. Rickroll 321 says, I like Sea Life, but I don't go very often. So that was last week. This week I'm going to ask you, do you think having to pay for car parking if you own a standard Merlin annual pass is wrong? Do you think Merlin are trying to get some money off you by changing the way? Because do you think people are still actually going to buy and stop buying annual passes just because of the car parking? Because let's face it, car parking, £2, £5, it's not loads. It's it's just you know what I mean. So leave that below your Coaster Poll answer. Remember to check us out on Twitter and Facebook and join our forums, and also check out the website at www.merlinmania.com/forums for the forums, and take off the forums for the homepage. Obviously the homepage and the main site's going to be down from Christmas Eve, but the forums will still be open. So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you again next week on the 20th, which is my birthday, so we've got an extra special show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.